How can we gracefully face strong excuse me. How can we gracefully face strong resistance? All right, that is question for number 75 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. And if you'd like to get a list of all 144 fractal faculties in its abstract form, just click the link in the description. I'll send it out to you for free. And you can also check out my video, Tree of Life, an introduction, or Tree of Life, a short introduction, to get a quick refresher course on Tree of Life so that you can, keep up with all of these 144 videos that I'm putting out. Again, this is number 75. Now, when we look at the tree, what we basically are looking at is a map of our consciousness. And each one of these circles or spheres is an aspect of our consciousness, or a faculty of our consciousness, a capability or a potential of our consciousness that we have to untap or tap into. And today, for number 75, what we're really looking at is the center is on the fourth sphere. Okay, so the fourth sphere has to do with universal law, universal love, universal language. It also has to do with cosmology, the articulation of the natural law, not the cops and not the federal law or the state law. That's a sphere kind of thing. But the fourth sphere is the natural law. How does nature operate? And within this fourth sphere is what you would call the Tao, the grand symphony of how all the different cycles of time all mesh together and fit together as a whole. Also in the cosmology is the origins of humans, the meaning of life, the origin of God, the relationship between God and humans, and all of those questions are in this cosmology. And there are many different cosmologies. Many of them are ancient. Many of them are modern. Really, all people have some kind of cosmology. All groups of people, that have their creation myth and so on within it. And some are better than others. All are probably worth some attention. And one can take a sort of a syncretic approach and combine the best of the teachings of all these different groups of people. Also, you have just the idea of synthesis or syncretism here in the fourth sphere, putting things together into based on their abstract principles, their interrelationship, their function, and weaving them all together. Okay, now this fourth sphere is one of the 12 aspects of the Tree of Life. Now, to get from 12 to 144, what we're basically doing is taking it to the next power, to the second power. 12 times 12 is 144. So what we're doing is we're taking the whole tree, all 12 aspects of the tree, and we're shrinking it down to the size of just one sphere. So we're applying, or of each sphere. So we're applying the whole tree to each sphere. We're going to break down the fourth sphere into the mini 10th sphere inside the fourth sphere, and the mini 9th sphere inside the fourth sphere, and the mini 8th sphere inside the fourth sphere, etc. And today that is what we're talking about. We're talking about the mini 8th sphere within the fourth sphere. Okay, so the 8th sphere, as you may remember, is about the consensus worldview. It's about the expert opinion, the powers that be. It's about the trickster turning around and how also the belief systems and our logical faculty, which separates things based on their concrete or superficial characteristics and puts them into categories. Okay, and then also again with this trickster, it's about that they can tell you the truth or they can tell you a lie. It's not. It's a consensus worldview, so it's not really based on the truth. It's based on consensus. What do the people believe in? What can we convince all the people to believe in, regardless of whether it's true or not? So these factors go into this greater fourth sphere to all come together as number 75, which is called signifying poetically, or letting go of jewels. Stage number 75 is about poetic and aesthetic creative expression that is persuasive even in the face of strong resistance. Double entendres, signifying monkeys, hidden in plain sight, civilize the au phase, improvise to shine, unprecedented acts of creative, of lyrical, of symbolic daring, repeated. Poetic signifying gives output for both sides of the brain, utilizing the next dimension of language. Wordsmithing in the hidden transcript, phrase fashioning too, off the top of the dome, but not just making it up. We've trained ourselves. We have a system to get in a flow and to get our inventory into our immediate memory storage and to deploy it on a dime. Dipping into our body memory for instant composition. The meaning, deeply embedded on purpose, is hidden in plain sight. This includes making jokes for humor. Making jokes for humor makes things safe, so people don't panic when taken outside their interior landscape or their comfort zone. Laughter has its place. Humor helps us by replacing distressing emotions with pleasurable feelings. Humor adjusts the meaning so that the event is not so powerful. Humor reduces stress by assisting us to view the world with perspective. Humor shifts the way in which we think. But keep in mind that strictures of nonviolence, the strictures of nonviolence, and keep the humor karma-free and self-empowering. Deal with emotional conflict or external stressors by emphasizing the amusing or ironic aspects, and also by substituting curiosity for fear. When under attack, focus through the pressure. Let the charge build. But do not try this at home until we get the hang of it, unless we are professional stuntmen. Because in a homeland with megalomaniacal dictators and cutthroat captains of industry, dunce capitalists and their cronies, dumb democracies, in a land of suckers, a land of governing structures built for bloodsuckers, we have to be prepared and get the hang of it before we deploy. It is not the situation that generates our stress, but it is the meaning we place on the situation. We are no longer a victim of causality. Let our demons out of prison to find out they were really angels in disguise. Okay, that is the 8th fractal of the 4th sphere, signifying poetically. Some of that stuff comes from the late Dr. Bruce Perret, who's one of the reciprocal system. He's the reinterpreter of the reciprocal system. And we'll have more to say about all these things in the future, but we're just trying to lay the groundwork right now. So that's number 75, signifying poetically. Now, again, if you'd like to get a free copy of the 144 Fractal Faculties listed in abstract form, just click the link in the description. You can also donate directly to me through Venmo and Cash App if you'd like to support the whole project. I'll be knocking out number 76 on this list in the very near future, so stay tuned for that. I'll also be hopefully putting out a few other videos on different topics in the near future. And otherwise, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you very soon. Have a great day.